about time we start to stream, huh? Isn't it? I think. I have amazing technology now. I have amazing new technology. Hello, everybody. Hi, Graceless. Hi, Gabby. Hi, Bob. Long time no see. Hi, Stan. Long time no see. Like the intro is just Winamp playing. So I can start the intro and I can quit the intro whenever I want. Instead of it being automated. It used to be I would hit the go live button and it would transition to the intro scene and a little video clip of Winamp playing Life Was a Bore would play. And then as soon as that would end, it would transition to this scene or a similar scene. But now the power is in my hands. So if I want to start this, if I want to go live and then only get on camera 15 minutes later for some reason, I could. It is mostly because the paradigm is shifting in terms of how I want the stream to work. That it is no longer a show that needs an intro. It is now something that I can pop on at any point. That's not a technological thing, that's just a me thing, but the way I've built everything now should make that a little easier. For instance, potential daytime development streams are now possible. They were always possible, but now it feels right. And there's a few aesthetic changes. There's been a shakeup in the emotes. What are they called? Not the drops. The points rewards? The channel points rewards, whatever the hell Twitch calls them. It's been so long since I was actually in the Twitch backend. Have been streamlined a little bit. New subscriber badges, which are the most simplest thing I could come up with. And the scenes have been shuffled around a little, and they look better. How is everyone doing? How are you, Grace? I've missed you. I've missed you. I've been keeping busy, but I've got a little time to talk about that. There might be a few technical kinks here and there, because some stuff I built back from scratch, and some stuff I... Oh, that works. Yes, that works, and on the YouTube side it works too. Sweet. Playing weird AAA stuff. I'm gonna get into it. I have speaking points, talking points. Thank you, Gabby, for the resub. 12 months is a year in our current calendar system. Yeah, there might be some technical issues that still pop up. I'll try to make a note of them. There's a little bit of a nostalgia. You know, I have the Winamp. I wanted to keep the Winamp. It's there. It's right here. It's floating right here. Wouldn't it be cool if I could have an effect where my finger goes in front of the Winamp? It'll be sick. But we'll see. It's no biggie. The whole point is everything is a little more casual, a little less scheduled. So Tuesday streams at the current time until whenever I feel like, that will continue probably. But no more Thursday streams, and potential daytime streams whenever I feel like it. Or if I'm bored on an evening, I could just decide to go live. It could be Mrs. Bob went to sleep and I'm wide awake with thoughts or some shit, or I had my tea a little too late and I decide I want to stream for 2 hours in the middle of the night. That is all possible now. Yeah, so that's me. Is that everything? No, it's not everything, but I don't want to immediately go into my talking points. I hope you have all been well. I survived the heat wave. That was quite intense. We managed to do it. I had some fresh new cooling techniques for the house that worked. Right now it's come on, 26 degrees in here. It's actually quite a lot cooler outside. This house just loves retaining heat, which is wonderful in the winter. Not so much in the climate apocalypse, so what can you do? Oh, I didn't catch him. I hope you'll survive. There's more coming. I know there's more coming. Oh, Grace, that was quick, Grace. All right. Those are very long URLs, huh? Let's see. Palm 5. Ooh, it's got a little stylus. That's cute. Download. I should have a folder for this. Nope, that's the wrong folder. The green head is isn't the green head Windows Media Player? Oh, user account control. There we go. So there are Mr. Bean is something cool. I have a Doritos one that I was using to test. So Gabby, what I had also that I kind of had between Winamp and the other media player that I used was Sonic, which also had really cool skins. But there are some limitations to the skins. It's that's why I'm using the Winamp Skin Museum. Is it needs to be the same kind of size, you know, because like on my small, sorry, I mean on this scene, right? It's supposed to fit neatly underneath the camera. But yeah, that will be the win. So I didn't even make it 20 minutes with my regular Winamp skin. We're probably not gonna see the regular Winamp skin anymore. But it's a new era, isn't it? It's a new era. There's a George Costanza skin. Only one redeem per stream. So plan them in. I have some new stuff, okay? I have some new stuff. Some of the Bobathon winnings, revenue, went into some new equipment. The primary of which is this. Focus. This from DJI. This is little microphone, little wireless microphone, with receiver, with charging case. I got a really good deal on this. This is relatively new too. So this goes into phone, and then this goes right here, and you can talk. So I can use it for this. I can, but it's mostly for the YouTube. It is not for the streaming. I could plug it in right now and flip some switches in OBS, and I have it set up. But I like having the desk mic, you know, the broadcast mic. It's not. I need this to be charged for when I record. Or like, okay, it has like a 10-hour battery life, plus it has the charging case, but it's really neat. I really like the little translucent plastic, very 2000s. Sounds great. Even have a little clip if I want to use the clip. I even have like one of those little fuzzy things I can put on top. So it works all great and stuff. But that's mostly for the YouTube, so I can be more mobile, because moving this thing around for sitting there, or I'm gonna record the next video somewhere else, and I want to be standing. Too much of a hassle. Way too much of a hassle. And this way, I could potentially record on the go outside too, you know, that kind of stuff. But for the stream setup, this is still fine. The other thing I got, just really only 2 things. And for some reason, this is more expensive, even though it's technologically way more primitive. Is a prompter. Hello. So one phone goes in here. Other phone goes here with the camera right here in the hole. And I'll be able to actually read text into the camera. Which, if last video's recording process is any indication, should cut my recording time to camera in 3 or something. It was kind of hellish having to like read a line, look at the camera, read the line, go back to the text, memorize the line, etc., etc. So this is like, these are like really expensive. This one was cheap, but these are like bizarrely expensive. And I hope it works. I hope it works. So that was that. That was really it. It also came with like, a little tripod and this shitty little like controller that barely works. This is made out of the cheapest plastic you could possibly imagine. Like I could probably squeeze this and crack it. So I'm probably not going to use it. The other thing I got, this wasn't really using the Bobathon money. This was essentially a gift from Mrs. Bob. Although it was also really cheap. Play Super Mario 64 with it. For €1,000 I will. I'm gonna play Super Mario 64 with this. This is an 8-bit DOE something. Whatever their cheap controller is. Ultimate 2C wireless. I have, like, downstairs, I have a white Xbox, 2nd generation Xbox One controller. And it has, like, okay, so this is the 1st generation. Alright? This is what I use here on the desk. This is what I've been using to play most controller stuff on the stream. This one doesn't have Bluetooth. It just has micro USB, and the cable keeps popping out, and it's annoying. The one downstairs that I used on the TV was better. It had Bluetooth and was nicer. But like, for some reason, Microsoft put like little rubber stoppers to prevent the triggers from bottoming out really hard, and those melted. And so what would happen is I would hold the trigger and it would just stick. So I opened it up to kind of get rid of them, to scrape them away. And in doing so, because of the way Microsoft designed these controllers, you have to remove this plastic piece first. Hey, reload, last save. You have to remove these plastic pieces first, and they're in there pretty hard. So in removing them, some of the little plastic tabs that kept them in got loose and got into the housing for the joystick. So the right stick. So I couldn't push down all the way anymore. I did fix it because I'm technical like that, and it's no problem. But then I thought, you know what? I know that there's some really good, super high quality but cheap controllers out there. This was $25, Eurobucks. Has Hall effect sticks, has Hall effect triggers, has these extra buttons, has USB-C. It has its own whatchamacallit. It has its own receiver. So the receiver is plugged in downstairs into the laptop that's plugged into the TV. And that functions as my Steam streaming setup. So I can just play whatever with this. But then I could also, because this controller has a story too. This controller I got way more than 10 years ago now, before Mrs. Bob had her job. Say that 10 times fast. Because look at how worn the stick is. This baby has seen some use. This is actually kind of meaningful and deep and solemn. I had to go sell a bunch of my old games, most of my Wii and PS2 collection, to be able to pay rent. Hey, Fluff. and I thought they had like I could get a little trade in cash for this and get this for like, it was like $15 or something when it was relatively new. So I got this so I could at least still play games on my computer. That's the word, computer. But so it served me well. And for some of you who have been here since the early days of the stream, you know I had like a wired Xbox 360 controller that fell onto the ground and shattered into 1,000 pieces. I've been wanting to fix that one, but that was my main too. Thank you, Fluff. 40 months! That's over a year! Also, there's no more Robot Bob voice. FYI. Gone. She's gone. They're dead. It's over. Yeah, so this has served me well, but the problem is it's wired, and the micro USB thing keeps falling out and disconnecting in the middle of games, and that's annoying. So this I can just plug in. I can just plug in and play it wired here, and then have it wireless downstairs. Whatever. Robot Bob's pronouns were like no/none, remember?
Was that it? I got some more big box games. So, some of the Bobathon money was yes. Grace, I kept Robot Mob just for you. Really specifically just for you. I was like going through the list. I was like, what am I disabling? What am I getting rid of? Robot Mob is staying. Robot Bob is still alive, just doesn't have a voice anymore. I wanted to spend a little bit of the Bobathon money on some thrifting. And yeah, that one of the thrift stores is just like a big pile of junk. Had just walls, boxes, moving boxes full of big box PC games for like $20 a pop. Which is, you know, not the cheapest, but not bad. Especially for Alpha Centauri, Star Wars Jedi Knight, and Sentient.
Patrons have a video where I unbox all of that. And another thing I found is this Toshiba T1850 386 laptop. It's beautiful, kind of broken, and not necessarily fixable. So I don't know yet what I'm gonna do with this. It's a 386. It turns on. It has a floppy drive. It has a hard disk. The hard disk is the problem. It doesn't boot. It's not a color screen. It's not the color screen. And the screen has a dubious backlight. Unfortunately. The screen is a dubious backlight. That might need just some new capacitors. I think that would be fine. The problem is the hard disk is like the BIOS has only recognizes certain models of hard disks, so I can't just put an SD card adapter in there and have it run whatever. It sucks, but it's like in beautiful aesthetic condition. So I found some like old forum threads of people trying to hack the BIOS and shit, and like would be cool. Maybe the hard disk is like, maybe I can open up the hard disk and just kind of give it a flick, and it'll work again, at least for a bit. I don't know. That is but it's cool. It's cool to have. It looks nice. Apparently, it is the basis for one of the laptops used by one of the hackers from the movie Hackers, which was a cool thing to learn. It's from the year 1993 or something. You remember the year 1993? One hell of a year. My younger sibling was born in the year 1993. Other than that, I have been playing some video games. I have huge year. You were also born. Good on you, Gabby. I've been playing some video games. Entirely coincidentally, a bunch of stuff from the year 2019. First was Metro Exodus. I liked the previous two Metro games a lot. You know, they're very moody. They're kind of like Half-Life likes in the sense that they're pretty linear kind of first-person shooters. And this one has some more open world elements, and it was fine. It was fine. Oh well, it was good. It was good. I enjoyed it, you know, but it wasn't as tight as the other ones. Didn't feel like it really captured that kind of more open, larger, sprawling levels, and the outside levels just didn't do it any favors. I think it's the whole point of that series is you're kind of contained inside the tunnels. You emerge from a haunted mirror. That's game 3. Hold on. Game 2 is Death Stranding. I finally played through Death Stranding. How many hours did I put into it? I did put quite a few hours into it. 58. Death, like, it's my you were there. It's my first Kojima game since Twin Snakes that I've actually finished. And Twin Snakes, of course, isn't really, you know, it's based off of a game he made. You know, look, Death Stranding is a good game for, like, kind of that mechanical delivery, you're doing stuff and whatever. But there's also so much of it. It's so maximalist. There's stuff about it I think works really well, and there's stuff about it that I don't think works at all. Hi, Tapper Cat. Please enjoy your ad-free life. I'm getting a lot less than $6 USD from it, but I appreciate it. It's good to see you. Like the walking and the terrain in Death Stranding is beautiful. In the beginning, I've been spoiled on like the story and world of Death Stranding for years, so that wasn't like a new discovery. But still, when you start out that world, and you it's great if you're hungry and you want a lot of it, but you need the appetite first. Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. When you start out and it introduces that world to you, you're like excited to explore it. But by hour 20, you're like, all right, okay, everything's chiral, everything's a BT, all these like it falls apart really narratively. And like the characters don't matter. The characters are all concepts for the most part. You know, so you get a little tired of it. And I got kind of annoyed by how quickly it introduces a lot of the multiplayer stuff. I think if it eased you in to kind of building that road network and making connections with other people a little slower, a little more confidently. Because, like, you go from, like, that intro section where you're walking to, okay, now here's trucks and bikes and roads really quickly. And then before you know it, you're not walking anymore. Yeah, human connection, stuff, strands, Die Hard Man. You know, it's just a load of shit. And from what I know, I don't think that, like, I don't think the sequel would appeal to me very much, because I feel like from what I've heard people say that's even more so that you're not walking and you're just kind of taking shortcuts everywhere. I will say though, Dapper Cat, I will say, like the zip lines, because by that time I was so tired, and the mountain areas, the snowy mountain areas are really tough to traverse, and the combat is so annoying. Even with the BTs and stuff, because at some point you figure out how BTs work and they stop being scary. But also, you kind of like, oh, so it's just easier to get captured by them and have to fight the boss or escape the boss than it is to avoid them. So at some point, when you start building the zip lines and like someone has already built a zip line up to a peak that you need to be at, and all you have to do is build a new one to get there, you're like, oh, thank God. Thank God. And then I'm like, the terrain is so beautifully detailed. And I just want to take shortcuts. And I think what I like about it is, and this is interesting because we're playing Miasmata today. And Miasmata, as you'll see, has a very interesting, it has like walking physics similar to Death Stranding. And that means like you have to be deliberate about where you go in a way that a lot of first-person games, or a lot of games in general, don't do. Because after this, and I'll get to it, after Death Stranding, I played Control. And in Control, you're just kind of moving, you're not walking. You're just kind of moving a character, on the level. And at some point, you're just flying and all that stuff. It's a really tough hack to implement a progression system predicated on engaging with the gameplay less. Yeah, it's just shortcuts. You're looking for shortcuts. But the movement, the walking is so deliberate. And like, oh, you have to balance left and right. And you have to think about the steepness and the roughness of the terrain. And they have this incredibly complex animation system that takes that all into account. And it's like, nah, just dump everything into a truck or on a bike. And I get it, at some point you wanna have to haul more cargo, but like I would have done it something like the truck is useless off the road. That's kind of what I'm doing in planning to do for the Aruba game, is like, if you're not driving on the road, you're gonna have a tough time. Which is not a very video game thing to do. Even racing games, it's just like, oh, you're on the grass, you're going to be a little slower. So that you can't use it as a shortcut. But I wanted to be like, no, if you're going to drive off-road, it's going to damage your car. You're going to get stuck. It's going to suck. Wheelbarrow. No, a chiral barrow. A chiral barrow with strands. But yeah, that's what the feeling I have from the game. It's like, they have this opportunity to kind of, people call it a walking simulator because you're walking a lot, but then they don't commit. And it's a disappointment, I think, because that would have been cool to have the whole game be that. Also the combat, no. I don't like the combat. I think the combat was completely unnecessary. It's half-baked, it's annoying. Especially the cliffhanger sequences. Hate them. That last one in Vietnam was just miserable, and at some point I just dropped the difficulty down to the lowest because I wanted to get it over with. And boss battles and shit. That's not a game that needs combat or boss battles. Like the BT thing, where like you need to watch out for the environment. I get that. The timefall stuff, really cool way to make you have to plan different routes, or wait around or consider risk-reward type stuff. There's so much in there that is really cool. And then on top of that, they add like all the little multiplayer signs are so cluttering. Again, they have this beautifully modeled and textured environment. It's absolutely gorgeous. Right? America has never looked so good because it's Iceland. And then it's like, here's a million holographic icons. The map is full of all these little icons everywhere and lines and shit. And I'm like, you could have held back a little bit and focused on what mattered. But it's fine. I had a good look. I put 60 hours into it. I clearly had a good time. It's just that, especially as I'm working on designing a game myself, where I feel like, even though I'm not gonna get technically, because I'm just one guy with very little experience coding and whatever. I'm not gonna get technically into the weeds with the locomotion and all this stuff. I do think about like, what do I like about the ways characters move in games, and what do I not, and how can I implement some of that into my game? Like what I want in my game is, if you're going upstairs or something like that, your character moves slower. Whereas in normal video games, your character just goes. When I'm going up the stairs, I'm not going as fast as I'm walking. And after that, this weekend, yesterday, did I complete it yesterday? No, Sunday. Today's Tuesday, right? Today's Tuesday. Yeah, I'm streaming this Tuesday. I finished Control because it was like on sale for like less than €4. And I needed something else to play. And I learned something from Control. I learned something about myself from Control, and I don't know if it's age or life experience or whatever. I really don't like designed combat encounters. I don't like going through a linear game and the game is like, here's a new weapon that makes you feel more powerful. Now here's an enemy that it is useless against, or something like that. Like, I find it too predictable. It's like it frustrates me, it bores me. And I'm like, I don't want to engage with this. It's too predictable. I'm like, oh, the game designer is at work here. And I think what I like about games in general, and this is why I gravitate to a lot of open world games, is I like the idea that I'm entering a world. Now I'm entering with, protagonist powers and whatever, but I'm entering a world and I'm exploring this world, and I have agency in how I explore this world. And even linear games can give you this feeling. But when I can see the matrix, I see the structure of a game. And this is like an ADHD thing too. I immediately tune out. The progression system in Control, it was very. You have like this skill tree, and it's just like plus 10% health, plus 10% health, plus 10% health, plus 50% launch power, plus 50% launch power, plus 50% launch power. It did not feel as fun to play as I thought it would for multiple reasons. And again, you see where the road goes, and you're not interested. Yes. That's the feeling. If I see where the road goes, that to me is like I've been down the road. I didn't hate it, but I wasn't blown away with it. And again, this is another game where I watched people play through it when it first came out, so I was spoiled of the story and all that stuff. So, kind of really discovering that world narratively wasn't that interesting either. I would say too, as kind of someone who has had who spent, at least double-digit hours browsing the SCP wiki. It's like all the altered items, they're kind of, B, C tier SCPs, really. The whole concept of the oldest house and some of that stuff in the board, really cool. But like the actual like items and stuff, they're all kind of like, yeah, it's a thing that hurts you when you look at it. Does it have the pig that has Pepsi for blood? See, the SCP Wiki, of course, has the benefit of being now really old and having 1 million people work on it. And the really interesting stuff then kind of leaps out, Yeah. Here's the thing too, Deppercat. Everyone always talked about the ashtray maze. Oh, the ashtray maze. One of the highlights of the game. One of the most amazing experiences. You go through it, it's like, yeah. Hell yeah. Just wait until you get to the ashtray maze. So I'm like, I've seen people play through it. I know what it is. But I'm still like, okay, well, it's seeing it and experiencing it are different things. I know this. Going into it after having played the rest of the game and having all the context fresh in my mind and knowing what the game feels like to play. There gotta be something there, right? It's like, no, it's just a level set to music. And like, I've played levels set to music before. And sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. The effect of like, you know, the walls kind of fractaling away and in and stuff. Technically, like, superb. But I don't know. I like, the last Remedy game I played was Alan Wake, and I have my problems with Alan Wake as well. Like, I think that's a game that shouldn't have combat. That's my opinion on Alan Wake. If that game had no combat, if it didn't have guns, and all you had was your flashlight, I would like if it was just an adventure game. But you know, that's like, apparently, and this is the same thing with Death Stranding, no matter how much you make your game not about shooting, you gotta put in shooting, apparently. Even if it would be better without it. I love the way the flashlight is like your pointer in Alan Wake, and I feel like they could have done so much more interesting things with that. But that's Control. I'm still gonna do the DLC. I'm still gonna play it. I'm still gonna get my €3.50 worth. But also, I know the game is now what, 7 years old. But like, it's a aesthetically very beautiful is maybe not the right word, but it's like it has a very strong aesthetic, right? They thought very hard about how they want the game to look. And some of that doesn't work on my... I think some of it was designed specifically for ray tracing and maybe for an HDR display, which I don't have. But it's like, it's very cohesive. It's clearly very well thought out. But the lip sync is like disgustingly bad. It's like this. It's like... It's so distracting. You have these beautiful character models, and in this beautiful world, and even with my non-ray traced, non-HDR, the textures are great, and the colors and all that stuff. And then when the characters are talking, for the most part, it's like... And I've always had this problem with games, like even a lot of huge budget games, just the lip syncing just doesn't work. Like, the best game that I've ever seen with lip syncing is, I think, No One Lives Forever 2. And that's a game from the Stone Age. And, like, that has better lip syncing than most AAA games until, like, fairly recently when they started doing better facial capture stuff. Like Death Stranding was fine with the facial capture stuff, at least when it came to, like, the high detail characters, the main characters. And there are those, like, those Mortal Kombat games, the NetherRealm Studio games, where they have, like, some incredibly high-res facial capture. But other than that, it's No One Lives Forever and fucking LA Noire, because LA Noire is just 3D video. But, like, I can't, and I find it so strange that people don't talk about it more often. Maybe it's not the case now anymore, because this is 2019, I'm not up to date on where AAA facial capture stuff is now, but like distractingly bad lip syncing, it's always been a sticking point for me. They wanted Alan Wake, hey Snoodle! They wanted Alan Wake to be an open world game initially, yeah, and they couldn't make it work. They had all the tornadoes and stuff. I remember the demos. That game has driving. It makes it so weird how that game has driving in it. That reminded me of like Perfect Dark on the N64. There's like a section where you're in Area 51, and for a very, very short sequence, you have access to a hover bike, and it's literally just going from one place to another, for like in a straight line. And it's like, wow, I have a hover bike. I did a stream where we did a Royal Rumble with SCPs, and a chatter got mad I was just doing the most popular monster SCPs. How am I supposed to put anti-mimetic concepts about narrative structure in a wrestling game? It would be fun, though. That would be fun, though. Oh, Fluff. Fluff. If you go, let me SCP Wiki. Go to the SCP Wiki after the stream, and have a bit of a rabbit hole dive. But I think, look, let's be fair. Narrative SCPs would work great for wrestling. You know. Are there wrestling RPGs out there? There are, aren't there? The top 900 SCP articles. There was one, I have no idea what number it is. And it's not, I don't think it's fantastically written, but there was one that was like this this tunnel of pipes. Hybrid Heaven is a wrestling RPG, basically, yeah. Absolutely. There's this one where like the agents had to go into this tunnel in a mountain. It's a tunnel of pipes, but the pipes would like reconfigure behind them. And even though they had like umbilical cords, the pipes would like, I don't know. It's all pipes. WrestleQuest. As one of your friends in it. There you go. Okay. Do I have more to talk about? Let's go over the new features of the bobstream, and then we'll start on Miasmata. Okay. First, here's the BRB scene. You know, Miasmata is the closest you ever gotten to cartography. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna graph some carts. Here is the big game scene. We'll be here soon. And here I can. This is basically what I had before, but I'm showing off how it works now. I can move the camera in the chat, and I flip too. See, hi. I can turn the camera off. I can turn Winamp off. I can turn the chat off. Case of emergency. Now I don't know whether it's on or off. There it is. I have a donation toggle. I don't have a donation thing set up right now. And that can go down or up. But also, if I go to the BRB scene, it stops being translucent. And then if I have gameplay or I'm on the camera, it's translucent. So that's cool. And I can... Well, this is useless on this scene, but like on the other scenes, I can make the camera translucent too in case there's something behind me. These are all things that I had before. They're just the thing is it used to be a little bit more distributed between StreamerBot, OBS, and a few other apps, and everything is now run by almost everything is being run by StreamerBot. Winamp is now live on the intro scene, but not on the BRB scene and the outro scene. Those are still the same songs that play. If someone Super Game Boy mode and Game Boy mode and TV mode have gotten slight shader revamps. The Game Boy modes look a little bit better now because there is like I updated the shader package and it has like a proper Game Boy thing now. Hey, Creepy Carol, those are the new alerts. They have new sounds. They're a little bit more out of the way. Robot Bob is a lot less verbose in the chat. I haven't been able to turn off the bot accounts in the on-screen chat, so you still see Robot Bob talking in the YouTube side. The YouTube side, I am now broadcasting to the side channel instead of the main channel. What else? Gameplay gets recorded, but now when I have effects like CRT mode or Game Boy mode on the gameplay, that those effects no longer get recorded. That was like one of the big things that I wanted to do, so that people can still throw those effects on, but my footage for, if I want to use it for a video, doesn't get affected. This is the small scene. It's again basically the same. Then of course the aesthetic is slightly changed. This is the desktop scene. It's all the same. It's all a little easier for me. The ability to do that new to OBS? No. I just so I don't record the stream. I use a plugin called Source Record. Have done now for years. And Source Record records only one scene. So it records so when I have like this scene, right? I have a camera scene. That's this. And then behind me, this gradient right now is just the game. And everything else is overlaid on top of that. And but that scene is multiple layers of scenes. Whereas before it was one scene and the effects, the visual effects were put on top of the scene. Now the visual effects are put in their own scene. And that scene does not get recorded. That makes sense? I have simplified a bunch of stuff. I noticed when I did the Bobathon, I had no idea how any of this shit worked anymore. So I was like, I need to simplify all of this. Everything is much, much simpler on the back end in ways that you won't see. What else? Do I do something different with the camera? No, I don't. Yeah, the bot is a lot simpler. There's a few commands you can still do. You can still do this. Those are the only commands that are now available. For the most part, it won't. There's no more timed messages. I thought they were just clutter. So there's no more timed messages. And I'm trying to set up that when people use a TDS or donations, different lights in my room trigger on off. I had that. I have a little RGB light right there. I had that before. I was using Lumia Stream along with StreamerBot. And at some point, I changed something in my Wi-Fi and it wouldn't work anymore. So I just turned it off. It was fun. And I was hoping to expand it. But Lumia Stream is like way too complex and cumbersome a piece of software to me. At least trying to integrate it all to StreamerBot. The Robot Bob voice is gone. The on-screen chat is now just the built-in... it's the built-in overlay in StreamerBot, which is simple. Terrible documentation. Yeah, I just you know, I enjoyed doing a lot of the complex stuff for the stream, but at some point, it felt like diminishing returns. And but the thing is, this setup is also extensible. It's very simple. All the scenes are relatively simple. I'm using, like, I used to have this whole system that the Winamp, for instance, would move between scenes. So it would actually move, and the camera would move, and all these transitions would be happening and shit. It looked fantastic. Didn't work consistently enough. Was a little hard to keep track of. I'm just using wipes. Whoop. It's Star Wars, baby. Whoop. It's just a wipe. It looks nice. You know? It's fine. It's a lot of fun building stream stuff, building cool transitions and effects and you know, all kinds of different bot interactions and all this stuff. It's a lot of fun. You could do some really cool stuff. OBS is a terrible, horribly complex beast of a software that doesn't work consistently, but it's fun. I just don't have the time. I'm working on big projects. I finished the first draft of the script for the next video. I targeted 5,000 words. It ended up being 7,500. You know how it goes. So hopefully I can finish that up and get a final draft done this week and start recording next week. And I have like some ideas for like big fancy effects for that one too. So that should be interesting. I'm very serious about working on the Aruba game. I might stream some of that tomorrow morning, potentially, if I feel like it. Basically, whenever Mrs. Bob is out of the house, so she goes to work 2 days a week. That's my opportunity to potentially do some daytime streaming. Setting this whole stream up, still, you know, it was a lot of thought. Like, there's a lot of notes involved. Do I have them here? Okay, here's me sketching out the new emblem. Oh, where did I have the notes? Yeah, little sketches for what scenes would look like, etc. So a lot of work. I'm glad to have it behind me now. I'm happy to have launched this and to be able to move on. And to play some games, hang out, make some stuff. Tell stories, hear stories. I'm gonna take a small little toilet break, and then I'll be right back with Miasmata. How about that? Huh? All right, let's get carton. So this is Miasmata. This is like one of the early Steam Greenlight games, if I recall. So back in the day, back in the long ago. Will OBS actually capture it? Yes. By the brothers Joe Johnson and Bob Johnson, who I'm pretty sure built this entire thing from scratch on their own. I put some hours into it back in the day, I think before Steam even counted hours. And that was a long time ago. But I noticed people remember this game, but they don't talk about it much. And That's where a burgeoning YouTube documentarian see an opportunity. But in order to speak about the game, we must first play the game. And in order to make a video about the game, I need to actually open up my notes so that I can add notes somewhere. YouTube. Yasmata, new note, stream. Thoughts. It is 7/7/26. I'm Moppy. Yasmata historian, Alien Bob. Basically. That's the goal. That's the hope. I might do something a little different structure-wise. I might not go as deep into the history and complete kind of analysis of the game, and instead try to focus on a particular experience, let's say. Can I delete the save? No. Everything's on high. These are the controls. This is the volume. Yes, I can delete a save. I can do that. How are you doing, Red? In a different place and time. That could be anywhere. Anyone. Your name is Robert Hughes. Bit warm, tell me about it. You awake on the shores of a mysterious island. Been there. Been there, buddy. You have come to this island an exiled man, a traitor, and betrayed. You're suffering from a plague, a disease from which you will soon die. This island is home to a research outpost, a conclave of enlightened men searching for a cure. Discover the cure and survive. This game has some gnarly hand animations, by the way. It was really made by two brothers from scratch. Oh yeah, that's how hands work. Alright. So, the island. So, couple of things about this game. One, there is only one enemy. It is some kind of creature. It stalks you. Two, you have momentum. And, like, you can slide down steep slopes. There's a nice sound effect to it. There's a day-night cycle. There's a little bit of a survival element. Your journal provides you with your health status, medicine inventory, and objectives. It also includes all of the notes you collect and research you perform on the island. Click on the tabs at the top of the journal to explore its various sections. Use A and D to navigate. Use R and B to zoom in. Press H to close this topic. Okay. Diegetic, like, menus. Sick. So my abilities are like... Oh, I can zoom in a lot, huh? My abilities are like, I'm a fucking loser, but my health is okay. I have to discover the plague cure. Of course. I have no notes. And I have no research. So, and the other thing is the cartography, but we will get to that. Because I played through it, I played a little bit just to test. I still don't understand how it works. Even though I put a couple of hours into it 15 years ago. And I was terrified of the creature. But I don't know if I will be again. It's a seagull! Oh! It flew right into my face. Still quite a walking pace, huh? There's a note on the table in the shed. Take it with LMB. A bloody memo about the cure. From Professor Douglas to Dr. Sanchez. Subject plague cure. Dear Harlow, My tests have been successful. We have a cure. Begin immediate synthesis of tricordrazine by combining the following agents. Primary antibiotic, antitoxin, adjuvant. A single injection will safely eliminate all traces of plague growth within 4 to 12 hours. Okay. Well, problem solved, huh? Uh-oh. Oh no, it's... blood? Is that blood? Would you consider this blood? Well... There's no cure to a stab in the back, huh? So here's a funny thing, right? I can pick up this knife. I can hold this knife. I can throw this knife. It's no real other... I can do that with other stuff too. I can grab a rock. I can throw a rock. I think maybe that could be used to scare off the creature, but it's not like the knife is some kind of like special weapon that you need to hold on to or put into your inventory or something. Very much not like a typical kind of game situation. This is a laboratory. Laboratories allow you to research the plants and fungi you discover on the island. They also let you synthesize many of these specimens into life-saving medicines and tonics. Oh. Ban user allows me to ban users. That's too bad. Like the name varying soundtracks. Too bad that's been used for a scam. Alright. So, this is a laboratory. I'm being watched, FYI, by the Dharma Initiative. Instructions for synthesizing medicines. Medicines can be developed from many of the plants and fungi that are found on the island. Some medicines can be created from a single plant, others are developed by combining two different types of plants together. Place one plant on tray A. Place one plant on tray A and a different type of plant of tray. Okay. And then we use the distillation rig. That's relatively simple. If medicine synthesis was successful, a syringe or vial will appear on the yield tray. Take it. And then there's water. Research stations allow you to discover any important medicinal characteristics a specimen may have. To use a research station, place your specimen on the tray using LMB. If you have more than one item in your hand, you may need to press it multiple times. Now look at the microscope. Delicious. I have a canteen. This is the examination station. The island is full of unique plant and fungal species. Many of these have curative properties. Right. Put the thing on the thing. And that's it. This is storage bin. If I recall... Ugh. So my tutorial... The tutorial left. So now I'll never know. Because it's not in here, is it? No. But if I... Not escape. Sorry, tab. If I recall... these storage bins are like universal, aka if I put one in here, a plant, it'll appear in another laboratory. We'll find out. This is a lamp that also saves. Okay. Here's a plant. I took a plant. I discovered a white-pink viola. A typical example in the viola genus, this flower is white and pink in color. Hey, Frowny Biscuit. You could use it for travel. You would think so, wouldn't you? You put yourself in there. Well, then you'd be cloning yourself, wouldn't you? So, examine. Yes. I see, I see. Wash your hands, maybe. I performed research on the white-pink viola. I used liquid extraction to isolate the essential oils from the petals of the flower. My tests indicate these oils may have a mild medicinal value. I should be able to synthesize this flower into a basic medicine. Okay. Well, I'm gonna put 2 of you in the storage bin. Because apparently I have quite a large supply here. But I can only hold 1 at a time, right? That seems to be the case. Oh, okay, cool. Watch and compass. That'll come in handy. Bug. Delicious. And let's go synthesize some mist. Is there a jump? There's a jump. I like how picking the flower deletes the entire bush. So that's basic medicine. What happens if I put 2 in there? No sound effects. Why do you need to put it on a scale? That's not science. That is science, though. Kinda mildly shaking a flask. I successfully synthesized basic medicine. Reduces fever for a short duration. Okay, so that is now... no, that's my water. That's not there. It's going to be a very slow-paced game. Except for moments where I'm going to be really annoyed by the creature or whatever. I'll try to get used to it. I want, you know, if I'm going to make a video on it, I need to play it. The game I'm doing a video on now, what a sentence. Boring as fuck to play, but the video is going to be a banger. Okay, so this is 2. Can I just click through? Yes. No useful medicinal agent was synthesized. Okay, good to know. Let's make 1 more. Is there anything good to drink in here? No. Potassium. Calcium acetate. Distilled H2O. Boring. What time is it? It's almost noon. A little windy. A little more windy than I would like. Considering I'm apparently naked. Except for my notebook. Yes, I know. Alright, so now I have... Oh, I only still have 1 basic medicine? Oh, and I can take it. Okay. Okay. So I can only have 1... I can only have... Okay, so these are important things to learn. I can only have 1 medicine of a type on me at any point. And it looked like there was room in there for maybe 3 or something. Yes, yes. Now it's back in there, okay. Apparently you have the ability to make a tag. Alright, let's follow the road. Do I have the map? I do. With your map and compass in hand, you can determine your location by using triangulation. To do this, click to know landmarks. A landmark can be a statue or structure of some kind. It is considered known if it is already represented on your map. Your crosshair will turn into a triangle if the landmark you are looking at is known. Additionally, your location will automatically be revealed when you're standing next to a known landmark. Is that a landmark? A question mark, so they're not known. You can drink out of fresh water. Oh! Since you are stricken with plague, you will become dehydrated very quickly. There are freshwater lakes and ponds all over the island. Press left mouse button when you're looking down at the water's edge to drink. This will also fill up your canteen for future use. You'll notice that the sea around the island is salt water, which you cannot drink. Mmm, delicious. Well, ancient walls. Delicious forever chemicals. A lot of breathing happening here. Save your game by lighting candles, lanterns, campfires, and urns. Delicious banana. Which again is just an item to throw. Save. Map. Map of Outpost Draco. Statue. Laboratory. Okay. So is that now on my map? Yes! There we are. What is this? What are these, squares? Should I sleep? Will I make it night? See, that's the square is this. Ooh, careful. I probably can't swim. Okay. The island is quite large. But I'm wondering what that is. Or what? Statue! Okay, so the statue is known. And you are also known. So that triangulates to where I am. Oh shit, it does add a little bit of the map. Alright. Well, these two buildings are also known. Calm down, calm down. There. It adds a little bit. But like, are these oh, okay. That's the structure then, right? I see. Don't know what these icons are. Campfires, maybe? Hmm. Oh, hello, little bunny. Hello. Little low poly bunny. Your faces aren't properly smooth, little bunny. Okay, bye-bye. You have a cute fluffy tail. Ahead of you is a cartography table. Cartography tables provide instructions for triangulating your location and constructing a map of the island. Okay. What I would give to see that little guy spin 360 degrees in a GIF. I don't know if the model files are easily available. A document on mapping and cartography. Okay. I need to understand this. Take out your map and compass. Observe your surroundings. Look for man-made landmarks such as statues, buildings, and ruins. If such a landmark is also represented by an icon on your map, it is considered known in the diagram. Landmarks A and C are known, whereas landmark B is not. But where's landmark B? Draw sightlines to 2 known landmarks by pressing activate while observing each one. The intersection of these 2 sightlines represents your precise location. Okay. And? So? Mapping document B. How to reveal the locations of unknown landmarks. Use triangulation to pinpoint your location on the map as described in mapping document A. Look around you. Try to sight landmarks that are not currently represented as icons on your map. Unknown landmarks. Draw sightlines to these unknown landmarks by pressing activate as you observe them. Stow your map and compass and walk to a new vantage point. Now repeat steps 1 and 3. When you have drawn 2 distinct sightlines to a given unknown landmark, its location will be revealed by the intersection of the 2 sightlines. It will therefore be known. So so the 2 mechanics are either you use 2 known landmarks and have the intersection be wherever you are, and then that area becomes known, or you have an unknown landmark and you sight it from 2 locations and then it becomes known. I guess. So that goes... Where does that go? I'm here. Let's go somewhere, huh? It's only 3, and yet... Oof. No, this goes all the way somewhere. Late autumn, maybe. We don't know where this island is, geographically. It's not particularly, tropical, I would say. So, but the statue is known, so I can't do that now. That's just something I'll need to do somewhere else. Mm-hmm. Grab rocks and fallen sticks. Sticks can be used to construct makeshift torches, which will help you see at night. You can also swing and throw torches to protect yourself from aggressors. Pressing L and B quickly will swing your torch. You can throw your torch by holding only 7 seconds. Okay. Rocks and many other items can also be used for defense. Where's the stick? Yeah, but that's a lie, isn't it? I know that there's only one aggressor. Unless there's some kind of late game surprise. Well, that's rock. I want rock. I want stick. What does stick look like? What is it? Hello. Gray shelf fungus. A rigid bracket-type fungus, likely in the Tremedis genus. This fungus grows as shells on trunks and stumps. Should I go back now? There's a bed there too, so... if it does get dark... I don't know how long a day takes. I don't know when sunset is. That's a torch. Oh, that's not the lab. The lab is the red building. Very moody place, this. Let's examine. I expressed the active oils from this fungus and performed a series of biological and psychochemical experiments. The oils were tested against my mental response, and I noted a temporary spike in my visual and auditory faculty as well as my perceptual awareness. A mental stimulant. I am thirsty. You become thirsty and should drink water soon. Water can be obtained in freshwater lakes, blah, 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 blah. You may also carry water with you in a canteen. The canteen is accessible from within your journal. To open your journal, press tab. Press escape to close. I fucked up my whole shit on these guys. It was pretty rad. Yes, I know I'm thirsty. I have to do science first. Mental stimulant. The mental stimulant provides a temporary boost to your acuity, providing the following benefits in your interactions with the creature. Oh, apparently there's a creature. Hold sneak duck and keep still. Your head will be automatically turn and face the direction of the creature. While still holding sneak duck, an overlay will appear on screen. The opacity of the overlay is proportional to the creature's proximity to you. If the overlay turns from white to red, you are not well hidden and the creature will be able to see you, so long as he is looking in your direction. Also, the creature is a he, apparently. What do I need? I need some water. I have a feeling all these drugs are gonna... Oh, hello. What was that? I have a feeling all these drugs are maybe what is manifesting the creature to begin with. Is that a rabbit? Hello, rabbit! Oh, that's a squirrel! Hi, squirrel! Hello, little squirrel. You're hopping. You get a cute tail. Hello. Ah, grab it. Start eating it. Bite its head off. So, should I do science and try to combine the mushroom with the flower? I think the answer is yes. I'm gonna take it real slow. There was another one here, yes. Look at the... Look at... Oh, the tree trunk is moving. It's swaying. Yet, the mushroom is not. Maybe I have already consumed too many mushrooms. Very well possible. I have become fatigued. You become fatigued by sprinting excessively. To recover from fatigue, move slowly for a short while. Drinking water will also help you recover. While you are fatigued, you will not be able to sprint effectively. Okay. No biggie. Oh! These are flowers too. More science to be done. More science to be done. Snatch. Purple-white prairie flower. Large species in the Lupinus genus. White and pink in color. I think with the amount of science you do, he has to have been some kind of nerd, yeah. Okay, first we do these two. See if that combines into anything. No? Where did the mushroom go? I guess I put it back. Nothing. Womp womp. Save. And you? What can you give me? I tested the active oils from this flower's petals upon using a distillation process and separating impurities. My reading comprehension is leaving me. While these oils have no intrinsic value, my tests indicate they will act as enhancers to the efficacy of other medicinal biochemical agents. My conclusion, if I combine this with a basic medicinal plant during synthesis, I should be able to create an extra strength medicine. Let's fucking do that then. There's still one here? No, I thought I saw one. Every single plant on this island will poison a cat. Maybe. I have not yet seen a cat. The rabbits and squirrels seem to be doing okay. So the idea is stronger medicine. Oh, extra strength medicine, baby. So does that just replace? No, okay, they're next to each other. All right, all right. It is now 6:10. I will say, it's not, like, aesthetically, it's not a looker. You know, just art direction wise, the colors are all muddy and the shaders and whatever, the lighting. But there is a lot of geometric detail. I am at least somewhat impressed with. Can we turn you on? I can turn anyone on. Let's try to head to that little cabin, where we'll probably try to fall asleep. I'm trying to figure out what a stick looks like, so I know how to grab a torch. Ah, there's more. Well, sunflower variant. Likely a small member of the Heliante tribe. This sunflower is tangerine in color. Any bets on how many total flowers there are or plants in the game? I have to imagine 24 at most. It's raining. 12? Is that a lot? I feel like for the whole game, 12 is... I don't know. That seems a little low to me. I don't know how long the game is. I think I looked it up. Either on how long to beat or a long play. Around 20 hours? Which, you know, pretty large for a game of this kind of scope. What is this? What are you? A parrot? Oh. Mostly going by how hard some of the descriptions are going on discrete parts of plants. Yeah. Like, does this mean there are multiple sunflower variants? Oh, hey, I got one more of these. Sweet. I forgot this. Even though you cut them up, this doesn't actually destroy the plant. Yes, yes, Yes. I isolated the active components from the reproductive parts of the sunflower. I used a chemical separation process. In my experiments, I discovered that these active components have a positive biochemical effect. This have on positive biochemical effect. I think that's supposed to say no positive biochemical effect. My conclusion, this flower cannot be synthesized into anything useful. That's interesting. Should I try anyway? What if you're wrong? No. Oh. Alright. Fine. Gray shell fungus. It doesn't show everything. Okay. The fungus. The prairie flower, the viola. The sunflower. I have 4 now, I believe. Okay, it is 8 o'clock. It's not that dark, but I have no light source. And it's raining. Which, I don't know if the rain actually has an effect on anything. Or if it's merely aesthetic. Does it make the ground more slippery? Is the creature more likely to appear now? Oh, I grabbed the torch. That's great. Can I throw the torch? I can. Actually, it does not light the... can I pick it up and does it light again? No, it doesn't. Yeah, I'm a little terrified of the creature. I'm mildly terrified of the creature. But, you know, the same is true in real life. I have a... Okay, so I slept for 4 hours. And I have a lighter? Where did I get the lighter? What I'm probably gonna do is the creature lighted. Okay, it's early dawn. Ooh, that's some color. What I'll probably do is I'll look up a guide for like how to outwit the creature, because I don't think the AI is very complicated. Go to bed, fear the creature. Wake up, fear the creature. On my way to work, creature. Work is the creature. Are there any Dutch cryptids? No, I don't think so. Maybe up north somewhere? Maybe some weird Frisian thing, because those people have been around for a very long time, right? The Frisians. They've been living in these lands for millions of years. The scariest Dutch cryptid is the East India Trading Company. That is scary to other people, but not to the Dutch. Acknowledging their sins is scary to the Dutch. Okay. Save again. And let's walk. But like the thing about the Netherlands too is it's all landscaped. The entire country is fucking landscaped. Like even the forests are tiny, right? So there's no room for a cryptid. Why are you running, bro? Because you went downhill? I still want to know how I can get stick. I feel like that might be very useful. Where can you get it? Where from? See, this looks like sticks, but I can't pick up stick. Oh, this looks like a stick. Nope, it's not. In Texas, I think we have 4 or 5, though. We only have one popular one, and we stole it from Puerto Rico. Yeah, the chupacabra. And you turn it into a mangy dog. You turned a cool, like, weird little alien creature with glowing red eyes into just like, yeah, it's just like a half dog, half coyote with mange. See, I can't grab stick from here. I don't know if it's really a cryptid. I don't know if it's really a cryptid. But the Flatwoods monster, it's technically an alien, right? Is that like... Would that be considered a cryptid? I feel like cryptid is more like something that is supposedly an actual animal of some sort, even if it has like some mildly supernatural... Like a cryptid needs to have multiple sightings. So that's what if there's one sighting or just one or two sightings like the Flatwoods monster, then it's just that's an alien creature. I suppose Mothman also falls under that. The thing about Mothman is he's only called Mothman because some journalist knew about Batman and thought, oh, Mothman, we could call it that. And the Mothman doesn't have moth wings or moth characteristics at all, because the Mothman is just an owl. The Jersey Devil I like, Dapper Cat, because I know that the Pine Barrens are like a really freaky place to be. So I like the idea that there's a potentially supernatural monster lurking there in the trees, you know? Okay, this must be where we get sticks from, right? No? Yes. Alright, and they turn into a torch. Pine Barrens is a good monster place name. Yes, exactly. It sounds scary. There note? We have note. We have map! Map of a swamp trail. Technically, Jersey Devil and the Goat Man are demons, so not cryptid. Is the Goat Man a demon? Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Demons traditionally have goat-like features, right? Okay, so we want to make it to the swamp trail. Oh, photographs. A caption on the back of the photo reads, Pendergraph directing the construction of Outpost Sirius. And Professor Douglas instructing... Oh, Dr. Sanchez. Yep. Ghosts get bad press. Goat men get a bad press. One that I've also liked the name of is not just the Lizard Man, but the Lizard Man of Scape Ore Swamp. Because what the fuck is Scape Ore Swamp? That is a scarier name to me than the Lizard Man. And I believe that he only had one real appearance. The Loveland Frogman is a good one. Here's a cool British one. Which, again, I don't know if you'd call it a... Well, I guess, you know, there's this thing, right? And the people who believe in it especially, they would call them humanoid entities or something like that. All Color Sam, the Sandown Clown. Right? Like this weird kind of clown-like alien interdimensional entity that appeared to a bunch of kids in the UK. And like there's some really creepy originality to it. I think that when it's kind of like hard to determine what it actually is. Like you know, like, oh, a goat man, that's kind of a simple thing, you know, a devil, a demon that lives in the forest, whatever. But like, yeah, he's like a weird clown alien thing. He opens up his head to eat. He has a weird freaky voice and speaks into a microphone. Then it feels like the kids had a lot of imagination, and it wasn't just they encountered a weird guy camping out in a field and they kind of imagined things. They really spent some time to come up with something. Or it's real. You know what? But the bunny man. Whatever. Okay, let's see. So we are here, so we need to go up there and then left and then go through the swamp. But there's also... Okay, this is the campfire. No, this is just logs. It's not a campfire. Sorry if I had to talk myself too much in it, but I have plans on making a Sandown Clown mask and using my voice mod to yell at people. That sounds terrifying. I love it. Oh. A beacon. Okay. There's like this YouTube video I watched on the Sandown Clown once where the YouTuber did the wailing. Like there's supposed to be like this wailing, this did it really well with a really cool audio effect. It was terrifying for what is otherwise such a goofy creature. Presentation, it's all in the presentation. Yes, I know. I just want to mark something on my map. Hi, Yuan! Thank you, Yuan! So, am I not... Can I not... I can't... Okay. I can only triangulate stuff that's on my map. But if it's on the map, isn't it known? The #1 indie game I'm looking forward to this year is Hard on Vibes.
Everything is so beautiful.
It's true. How did you know? Oh, God. It's scary, Dapper Cat. It's a little nightmarish. That, so that's that. Okay, so that's a beacon. Horror-themed Metroidvania. Follow-up to horror-themed Metroidvania. Okay. I listened to last pod on the left, and they talked about how something silly can scare you if it breaks your concept of reality. If Freddy Freaker walked into your kitchen and said hello, you would start sobbing uncontrollably. That's a... You watched the Backrooms movie recently? The Backrooms movie has a little bit of that going on. Cryptid chat. So Fluff, my father, who I haven't spoken to in more than 20 years, used to have a radio show on Aruba all about like weird stuff. Anything from ghosts and UFOs to like backmasking and stuff on rock records, all that kind of stuff. Men in Black. That's kind of where my interest in that kind of stuff started. Literally making a fantasy schedule to test the system, made a show called Cryptid Corner. Today we're talking to the Lizard Man of Skateboard Swamp. Okay, so I still don't understand what is a known and what is an unknown. Wait, I can look it up. Guide to Cartography, BC. No, use the other one. If such a landmark is... Okay. Withering Rooms, cool. Fun Bob lore. Yeah, some of the more fun Bob lore. Skateboard Swamp. The Lizard Man doing sick Christ air off a big tree. My dad once went to like there's this place on Aruba called Frenchman's Pass. It's just a road that kind of goes down a little bit, and it goes around a corner, and it's kind of dark. There's no street lights. There's no houses nearby, and there's like this tree that grows out of the ground, and it immediately turns, and it is like horizontal for a bit, and then goes up. So you can kind of sit on it, and that area has all these myths about like French and Spanish colonizers fighting Indians and whatever. So there's like there's multiple ghost stories from that area. There's the common urban legend that if you're driving through there, you look in your rearview mirror and you see someone sitting in the back seat, and you turn around and there's nothing there. I've heard people talk about that one. But also on that tree, people say they see like an old French soldier sitting there in full regalia. So once I know my dad did like a live show where he was there in the middle of the night, broadcasting from Frenchman's Pass. And he didn't see shit. He was not a believer. Okay. But, so how do I mark an unknown landmark on my map? I don't, I guess. Or I need to be closer to it? I don't know. It would be really funny if it was a miscommunication. It wasn't a ghost of a soldier from a long time ago, just a modern soldier who is very old. No real soldiers on Aruba. Luckily. Just a guy sitting there, taking a break. Okay, so we're here right now. And we're facing that way. So we need to go up and to the left. And still be confused about landmarks that we can't see. Okay, so how far to the left? Immediately. The map is very short. I bet Japanese soldiers still thought World War II was going on. Yeah, but listen, if the French soldier from 1700 and whatever was still alive, that would still be maybe it wouldn't be a ghost, but it would still be something weird about it, wouldn't it? A 300-year-old soldier. Okay. I recognize this from the map. frozen in ice deep in the Caribbean. This is a flower? This is not a plant that can be grabbed. No. Okay. That's that. Continue following the path, Bob. Uh-oh. Fork in the road. I am thirsty. We go left or right? I'm choosing left. Oh, is that a parrot or a giant bug? So this is no longer a trail. So I guess it's not that. It's 10:30. The weather sucks. We are entering a swamp. See, this is interesting, right? I know the creature. There's one creature, and he can appear anywhere, right? So just because it's a swamp doesn't mean I'm gonna now be fighting swamp creatures or whatever. And yet, it's a little scary. I'm guessing I'm following the trail. Fork in the road again. Oi. I honestly can't tell. I think we stay this. What is this? Hello. Pearl blue shell fungus. This variety of Polyporaceae. This is a bracket-type fungus. Its flesh is semi-rigid and pearlescent blue in color. It grows commonly on rotting wood along the shoreline. This game is about walking around, collecting plants, and not dying of a fever or of a creature. And trying to discover a cure to your disease. All while mapping the island. Using actual cartography techniques. Stick. Yes, please. It's, It is 11:15. And this is one dark swamp. And now it's very windy. What is your disease? It's just it's some kind of plague. That's all I got. Ugh. I mean, going straight, I guess. This is water. This is water, so that is either this. No. That's this. There might be a totem or something. There's a hut over there. I still don't understand. I still don't understand how the cartography is supposed to work. With regards to
That ain't right.
There you go. With regards to specifically like how to mark unknown objects. Oh, hello. Well, tough luck, buddy. Let me grab one of these delicious rotten apples. Nope. That's not a plant. That doesn't count as a plant. Can I light this again? No. But it's still a stick. Got axe disease. Axe in the back disease. Oh! Okay. So I am right there. Because I'm near a known object? Is that it? Because I'm near the tent. Oh, sweet. It's a lab. Let's examine the blue fungus. Sound effects would have really helped here. I expressed the active oils from the fungus and performed a battery of experiments. I tested the oils against my mental response and noted a temporary spike in perceptual awareness. It is another mental stimulant. Does this mean... Excuse me. Does this mean... Because I have a mental stimulant. So there's only 4 types of medicine I can make. I know there's stuff, I think there is stuff that permanently increases my abilities. Interesting. The research must continue. Oh, we have note. Hello. Letter from Sanchez about the antitoxin. I think we are making good progress in the synthesis of Agent Y, the antitoxin. Herbert has discovered a bioluminescent algae in a swamp near us here at Outpost Vega. The algae has acted as a stabilizing base for the Orchidea extract that Cornelius was able to acquire. Oh. So, Agent Y note. Okay. Okay, so it leaves markers for me. That's cool. I have secondary objectives. Wonder what that is. So Agent Y. I need the algae in the swamp. And the algae is a stabilizing base for the Orchidea extract that Cornelius has, apparently. Y'all know Cornelius, right? Remember Cornelius? Oh, that's the statue. That is the statue. Wait, let me look up the mapping instructions again. Notes. Okay. Okay. Mapping. Okay. How to pinpoint your location. Okay. Step 1: take out the map and compass. Observe your surroundings. Look for man-made landmarks such as statues, building below. If such a landmark is also represented by an icon on your map, it is considered known. Landmark A and B are considered known. Landmark A and C are considered known. Landmark B is not. Draw sightlines to 2 known landmarks by pressing activate while observing each one. The intersection of these 2 sightlines represents your precise location. How to reveal the locations of unknown landmarks. Use triangulator to pinpoint your location on the map. Okay, so I need to... Oh, I need to know... I need to... Before... Okay, I need to triangulate my map. Okay. That's step one. I need to triangulate my map. I need to triangulate my position first. Then I can cite an unknown landmark, and I need to cite it from 2 locations. Gotcha. Gotcha. So I need to have known knowns and unknown knowns, and then I can do it. Can I light you? Yes. But can I find that cabin? That one. No! Don't go into the water. Don't go into the water. Okay, there is swimming, but I don't know how good you can swim, buddy. It's already blurring you, so... So that is an unknown location. This is a known location. That is a known location. Okay. So, known? No. That's me! Okay, and that opens up a little bit more of the map. And from there, I can go like... Uh-huh. Is that far away? Put my map away. Be thirsty. The man with an axe in his back, is that considered a landmark? Is this a different enough location? We will find out. Oh, but I need to... I need to triangulate myself again, and I can't do that from here. Oh shit! Tree broke my fall. No! God. Is there anything along the coast here? Nope. Something there. Nope, that's unknown. That's known. Sweet! Yeah. And that... Remove that. Oh, so that's known now? It is known now, Seek. I still don't quite understand what happened. I don't feel like I drew another line to it. I felt like I had drawn a line, and then I had made myself, I had triangulated my position in the vicinity of it, and that was enough. I'm gonna read it again. What time is it? It is a little past 3. Is there a lantern in here? Yeah. It's quite a walk. Quite a walk to Outpost Vega. This is where we started. I feel like I've already made a trek. So as you can see, the island is not small. Let me get our intersection. Okay. Use triangulation to pinpoint your location on the map as described in mapping document A. Look around you, try to sight landmarks that are not currently represented as icons on your map. Unknown landmarks. Draw sight lines to these unknown landmarks by pressing activate as you observe them. Store your map and compass and walk to a new vantage point. Now repeat steps 1 to 3. When you have drawn 2 distinct sight lines to a given unknown landmark, its location will be revealed. Yeah, I don't feel like I did that. But, okay. Apparently I did. So, then left, keep the water to our right, then go all up, turn around. There's a tent. And then there's a statue. Anything else interesting here? No. There's a part of me that would much rather have no creature in this game at all. Because the anxiety of it is getting to me. I'm sure I'll get killed by the creature a couple of times. Is this a trail at all? No, it's not. I'm a creature. I don't know if I'm the creature. And I may be overblowing the danger of the creature. So there's water here. No. I'm not going the right way, because that's probably this. I can see plant, though. Is this fresh plant? Lilies. No. But I can refresh my water. Ah, yes. Hot dogs. Oh boy, I'm already lost. Okay, there is a thing. Is that known? No. Here's the tent. So we probably... this is the route. I'm a little confused about the scale of the map. Okay, then we walk past... yes. We walk past there. $35. Might get dark before we get there. Plant. Fork in the road. I'm guessing left. Ed? I don't... do I know you? No, I don't know any of you. I thought I knew some of this stuff. Well, fuck. Okay, I know you. There's something there. I saw something. Don't know you. I know you. I know you, okay. Nice. Add you. Add you. Okay. There's something there. No, I know you. I know. And you I know now. Okay. That's good. That's them. So if that's that, then probably this road. And this brings us to water? Yep. Go this way. Some cool ruins. New plant. New plant. White spiked prairie flower. I was gonna say this man is really out of breath, but he is suffering from a plague. Some more ruins here. This is where we're turning around. Right, those ruins I passed through were known. That was what that square was. And here we've got a building of some sort. Is this the other known thing? No, because that wouldn't be a building, would it? Hello, hello! Jackpot. A red poisonous mushroom. It's a variety of Amanita muscaria, a psychedelic mushroom. It is characterized by its red convex cap, which is dotted by white spores. It's the Super Mario mushroom. Nice. Anything else going on here? No, there's a statue. I think that is known now. No, it's not. Are the unknown ones still... They're still marked. Okay, so they stay marked? Let's add you to the map. Let's get a fresh stick. It is now close to 8 p.m. We still have a ways to go. Oh, but there's tents. Sweet. There's another head. Saved. There's beds. There's inspection thingies. Examination tree. I knew that that's what it was called. I just called it an inspection thingy for a humoristic effect. I extracted the active components of this mushroom and reduced them to a powder. In my test, this powder demonstrated net positive effects on overall brain functionality. I also observed mild and generally unharmful psychotropic effects. This fungus can be synthesized into a mental clarity tonic. Can I do that here? No. I used a liquid extraction method to isolate the essential oils of the flower petals. My test indicates these extracted oils possess a mild medicinal value. Basic medicine. Okay, so you're not that valuable. What is valuable is a bed. And a drink. So we came from here, so we walked this. The rest of the route isn't that complicated. Because we're walking alongside like this cliffside here. We'll make it to Outpost Vega. But until then, because it is now 8:30, it's bedtime. Bob, don't travel at night. All right. Even if I have a little infinite lighter. Is it 8:30 in real life? Not where I am. Yeah, so I don't know how much of this is me playing the game on slightly more modern hardware and how much of it is these guys building the game from scratch on their own. But it has some lighting issues. Okay, so there's some water that I have to cross, and then we make it to another tent. But see what I mean with the scale, though? Like, the way this map looks, it's like this distance is like 100, 150 meters, but it's just over there. Shit, that's creature. That's creature. That's the sound of the creature! There's the creature! Oh my god! Fuck off. Okay. Gonna stare you down. I don't know if that's what I'm supposed to do. He swiped at me. He's animated poorly. Fuck off. I got an achievement. Successfully hide from the creature. And now I know. I don't know if when I played this first I ever encountered a creature. I think I made it further than this. Because I remember like some tree huts. But that's what it's like to encounter the creature. That wasn't so bad, honestly. I'm gonna go save again real quick, and then I'm gonna look up a creature guide, because I have an inclination that it's actually super, super easy to avoid. I think there's just a Steam guide. The creature. Spoil it. Don't spoil. You have been spotted. What should you do? First, one important point to remember. Never run away from the creature if it has spotted you. The reason for that is if you run away, it will also start to run to you, and it runs much faster than you. What you should do about it is to walk backwards while looking at it. It will simply walk to you instead of running. Just be careful about your surroundings. Do not fall into water. Do not hit a tree. So you should often look behind you to see your situation when you walk backwards. If you manage to stay alive for long enough this way, the creature will kind of get bored and go away, and you should use this time wisely. There's one key element in this kind of survival: distracting. If you are walking backwards, try to pick up some sticks so that they burn. This is going to scare the creature, and you might need to throw it so that. Remember that throwing the sticks is something that I still haven't experienced but read on forums. Okay. But don't worry, if you just hold the stick, it might hesitate to attack you. Also, to distract the creature, you can be hiding and throw any item that you can pick up on the ground. The creature will run to the place it has landed on. Also, you can run into a shelter if you are attacked. Remember that you are safe in there. And finally, there is a technique that I don't recommend because it's still dangerous. And like the throwing the stick thing, I have only read this on forums, not experienced. When you see a cliff when you are escaping and the creature is going to attack you, just jump from it. The creature might not follow you. Also, remember that it may or may not work. Also, about houses or any human shelter, if the creature is here, I don't know if this effect only happens if it spotted you, but I've experienced this 5 minutes before writing this, and that you go into a house, the creature will simply run at its fastest speed around the house or near the house, running in circles, in other words, until you get out of it. The creature won't despawn in these cases, and you will have to get out anyway. It is no secret that there are some people who think the creature is too scary. I myself was afraid of playing because of that back then. Of course, I still didn't want to try to remove the creature from the game, as it is a core part of the gameplay. For those of you who are in this category, let me tell you some tips to be less scared of the creature. Travel on shores. The creature always spawns inland. When it will spawn, you will have a little time to go hide, but the reason why I say this is that it will make you feel safer from the creature. When on the shores, just relax. The game will leave you a few in-game days before making the creature spawn. Use this time wisely to craft the emphasis drug. Whatever. Simply remember that the creature is really stupid. Remember that screenshot? Yeah, you know. Now you know. The AI is stupid. Make fun of it. Show the creature who the boss is. Okay. Okay. The real fear that I have is the same fear I have in any game. And it's that I'm still on desktop scene. That's the wrong scene. There we go. The real fear I have is the same fear I have in any game, and that's simply that I lose progress. That is what I hate more than anything, is just losing progress and having to redo a section. Because that is like, that just goes against my religion. Okay, here's the other tent. Might as well light that. We have notes. Journal entry from Dr. Sanchez, number 2. We have been oppressed by feudalism, then by the old, powerful bourgeoisie, then the army, then the church. Now, as our seedling republic struggles to take root, this miasma of tyranny begins to coalesce into a pure nationalist order. The same old oligarchy, repackaged for popular appeal. How can I blame those who covet this warm nationalist embrace, to desire such peace as is promised? Who am I to block the will of the proletariat, so ready to suck at the teat of the callous doctrine, begging to be infantilized by the same tyrant masters? Oh, how the people now talk of peace. And what of this peace? Callus and his nationalists speak of it in absolute terms, as though their conception of it is benign and self-evident. I say their peace is an oligarch abstraction. It is a meaningless sentiment, made formal by words on paper and enforced by bayonets, and gallows and underground cells with wrought iron bars. There is no peace but in death, and those who fight in its name will surely achieve that which they seek. That dark, unmoving, unchanging, forever peace. We will all attain that peace in our own time and in our own way. There is but misery and comfort in life, and its economy and trade. There are men who extol that economy and exchange vast quantities of misery to so many that they may add meager flecks to their surplus of comfort, a bounty of which is fit for no one man but God. Cool. Cool, Sanchez. What is my status? Everything is okay. Like, I've noticed I'm blinking a lot, and I don't know if that's like a thing. The blinking. The blinkening. Can I see anything else from here? Yes. Where are you? I saw you. You triggered. Okay. Maybe not. There it is. Wondering if this gives us a little bit more map. Hell yeah, it does. So, probably smart to just always have a stick in hand, huh? In case the creature appears. Okay, right here, the lighting is really working for me, other than the bright orange of the torch. Path isn't in the greatest state, but I think I can see it. Oh, I thought this was like a framed picture or something. I was of a baby. But this is not a fungus, is it? It's just... Yes, it is? No. It's not. It's just a different kind of tree. Alright, so statue out into the sea. There we go. We made it to Camp Vega. Pretty view. Beautiful view. More notes. Codex of Medicine. Okay, we have basic medicine. Eliminates fever for a brief duration. Endurance emphasis drug. This one-time use drugs permanently allows you to run further before reaching exhaustion. So that is a stat upgrade. Muscle emphasis drug. This one-time use drug permanently improves strength. You can sprint faster and swim further. So stamina, strength. Brain emphasis drug. Permanently allows... Hey, Poopin! You know that I kept that emote just for you. Brain emphasis drug permanently allows you to sense an enemy's presence and know if you are well hidden. Okay, so that's like perception. Energy stimulant. This temporary drug allows you to run further before exhaustion. Clarity tonic temporarily boosts self-awareness. Your location on the map is revealed. That's useful. Herculean tonic. This tonic temporarily allows you to sprint swiftly and swim longer distances. Mental stimulant allows you to sense the creature presence and know if you are well hidden. That's it. It doesn't mention... Oh no, basic medicine. It does not mention extra strength medicine. Interesting. Shit. One of these made something cool. Oh, wait, there's more. Oh, I'm thirsty. Is there drinky drink here? Is there drinky drink here? Here we go. Some delicious ball juice. One second. What's my status otherwise? My health is okay. Synthesis. Endurance emphasis drug. This procedure will synthesize a functional yield of endurance emphasis drug. A single 800 milligram injection of this drug will permanently allow the patient to sprint greater distances before exhaustion. The combination of the following two plants is the basis for this drug. Primary materials: giant bloom, blue cap mushroom. Okay. Good to know. Something made something else. Yeah. Something made something else. I go to research. The white spiked flower does basic medicine. Okay. So mental clarity tonic. But that's temporary, right? But mental clarity tonic was... Sorry. Mental clarity tonic... Ugh. Getting unwieldy. Clarity tonic. This tonic temporarily boosts self-awareness. Your location on the map is revealed. Okay. That is super, super, super useful. I'm okay if you want to get rid of couch face if you find something equally cursed. Oh no, I have plenty of slots. I had trouble filling them all, actually. Clarity tonic. This tonic boosts self-awareness. Yes, you've told me. So where does that hang out? Oh, okay, so there's other slots. Gotcha. Okay. Right, so our next goal is the emphasis. This is a pretty site. You are known, for sure. And you are known, of course. That make you known? Oh no, you're very far away. Alright, let's keep going. There's more, right? Can anyone guess what happened in your Metroidvania? Which Metroidvania would that be? Did you get Blasphemous? Usually what happens in a Metroidvania is you unlock a new ability and from that gain progress. A tropical buttercup! This is possibly a member of the something family. Its blooms are deep purple in color and features a long vase shape. Let's go inspect. Can I jump through here? No. There's no crouch jumping, I think. Not realistic, you see. Extract the essential oils from petals of this tropical flower. While these oils have no intrinsic value, my tests indicate they will act as an enhancer to the efficacy of other medicinal, blah, blah. Extra strength medicine. Okay. That's alright. I'll keep you here for now. Can I drop you? I'll just leave you here. There's no way that I can, like, go here and identify this thing, right? It's not from a very different angle. Like, what's the minimum angle you need for a proper triangulation? Yeah. I figured. But what if I used, you? And you. Still no. Okay, okay. Is this different enough? Oh. I see. You have an artist over here. Artist has been painting the creature! Trippy. Oh, we've got another map. Bioluminescent algae. Oh, that's all the way over there. I discovered this curious algae last evening as I returned to Vega from my research at Rune Site B. It has the property of a brilliant bioluminescence during the day. It is impossible to discern this algae from the mossy tufts of the surrounding bog, but at night it shines so brightly from some apparent biochemical process. I should hope Dr. Sanchez finds use for this in his experimentation. Okay, well, we got a map to the algae, but it's also quite a distance. In the ruins. There's tents there, so presumably I can sleep to make it to the night. Do we have enough water? Yeah. You can make a food sculpture. You can make a food sculpture with your mouth, then your tongue, and then swallow it. You can take any food and shape it into a giant bean. And what you do with your life from there is really up to you. Come on. Yeah. Triangulate a distant landmark. Hell yeah. But that doesn't give me the map. That's just a landmark. Okay. Fair enough. What's down here? Again, I'm kind of like, I've been thinking about how to make my 3D version of Aruba, right? And how much detail I can get in. I'm kind of impressed by this level of detail. Geometric detail. There's a bunch of different shaped rocks here that are placed presumably all by hand. It's a really nice effect. More. There are numerous plants on this island that can be synthesized into general-purpose medicines. These medicines temporarily diminish the effect of the plague by reducing fever and curing exhaustion. Pink-spotted lily, white-spiked prairie flower, common white mushroom, white-pink viola, wood-gill fungus, pawn mushroom. Anti-hallucination medicine. I've discovered 3 specimens on this island that can be individually synthesized into anti-hallucination medicine. Anti-hallucination medicine can be used to restore a patient's sanity during a psychotic episode. Sunflower. But I had a sunflower variant, and it wouldn't let me make it into anything. Interesting. It is now 3 o'clock. We need to go back up. By the first house. No, by this house. Not a lot of landmarks here. Cliffside to our left. Then just stay away from the water on the right. It's one of those torch thingies. All the way to Ruin Site B. Get our hands on a stick. I still don't know how to synthesize emphasis. Giant bloom, blue cap mushroom. So your eyes open for those, I guess. I think I forgot to mention it in the intro. But we also booked our tickets to Aruba for December. Very, 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 very extremely excited for this. It's still a long ways away, but also probably that time in between now and then is going to go real quick. Gonna stay a whole 3 weeks. Gonna have my birthday there. Gonna have Christmas there. Gonna hang out with fam. Should be fun. Also, my mother is coming to Europe in September. Most of it, she's gonna go on a trip through Italy with her friends. But for at least a week, she'll be staying here with us. So that should be nice. Gonna take that week off and hang out with her. That's a little closer. That's only a few months away. Still very exciting. She's already like bought a bunch of books on Aruba, about Aruba, that she's bringing in her suitcase. My library will grow ever further. What the fuck is this? Great. That's the sun, by the way. That's not the moon. That's the sun. It is right now. 4 p.m. Let's hope we're on the right path. I do have a compass. We're not heading north. No, I shouldn't be heading north. I should be heading south. This makes sense. Very few landmarks down here in the forests. Alright, here we go again. Left or right? Let's stick to right. I think. Well, we can look at the elevation. Where is there like a dip? Somewhere I should be going over the water. This is no longer a path, by the way. Although that is a thing. That is a known thing. Which means that I am here. Okay. I need to go to the left of that. This is the water. Get a fresh stick. Let's get a fresh stick. Thank you. I'm gonna light these woods on fire. Light the entire damn island on fire. I've now run out of landmarks, so it's a little scary. Scary noises. Oh shit! Oh crap! I tripped and I fell. I tripped and I fell and I got a fever. You have developed a fever and should use medicine or find a bed soon. You can create medicine by bringing certain types of plants and fungi to a laboratory. Once the medicine is synthesized, it will be accessible from within the front cover of the journal. Fever will develop more rapidly if you are dehydrated. Alright. Use medicine. Am I better? Yeah. It's a horror game. It has horror-y elements. There's a monster. There's the disease. There's the environment. Oh, don't go. Don't know you. I don't know you. The stick grabbing and lighting on fire game is what it is. The hell are you? Oh, bird. You're not scared of me, are you? Yeah, good. This tree is wobbling through the ground very subtly. I don't think trees should be doing that. I am thirsty. Okay. Interesting. We found the ruined sites. All these trees have buttholes. Okay, here we go. Place to save. It's really brave that your character voluntarily takes permanent body and mind-altering substances that I have to assume does other things to their lifespan. I mean, if they've got the plague anyway. Oswald, I am gripped by insanity. I am gripped by insanity, I think. His suffocating hands clench ever more tightly. I know to resist, but my knees wilt in his being. It is not a blackness he pulls me towards, but a light of discordant hues. A cacophony of reds and yellows and greens. It whirls as a dervish in front of my eyes. I hate it when that happens. There was more than one tent. Yeah. So, okay. At night, we go here. Dr. Sanchez, number 5. We have arrived on the shores of Eden this morning, exhausted but alive. When our feet stepped onto the solid earth, the clouds parted and we bathed in the warmth. I collapsed onto the white sand beach. It was warm and forgiving, and I laid there still for hours, delirious. I had swirled, and I was no longer within myself. My eyes were closed, yet I could see all around me. I felt as nothing. A stillborn lamb carried limp in the hands of God. When I rose, it was late afternoon. Dr. Pendergraft was unloading the musty pine wood crates from the boat. I helped, feeling peace in this act of labor. The complete calm had come over me now. The ringing in my head, once never-ending, was now not never-ending. That sound of a million voices, those of my tormentors, fell now to silence. A perfect, forgiving, now never-ending silence. May 16th, 1912. Douglas and I have begun to categorize Eden's species. Such diversity of life this island holds. I hope that we should find our cure within this life. That we should plant in Telluric these curative seeds of Eden, and that they should grow fruitful and strong in the hearts of the so many discontented men. Alright, Sanchez. So, it is now 7. So it's gonna start to get dark. And somewhere in there, okay, exactly pointing to where I'm pointing is where I need to go. So I climb up this. Climb up this. Come on. Yeah. It's down there, isn't it? I might actually need to be careful with how I climb down this. Oh shit. Okay. Why is it so quiet? How am I gonna get back? It's supposed to grow brightly at night. Uh-huh. We have glow. Do we not? A tiny freshwater weed, likely in the something class. In the dark, it illuminates a light blue-green, found in shallow, well-shaded pools. Alright. Oh, we got Z fighting, folks. Come on, up we go. Not even that dark. It is, however, rather steep. Well, shit. And it's this way. Okay. That's part 1 of part 1 of the cure. Okay. So that's that. Sorry, not escape. Agent Y. Herbert has discovered. Oh, no, that's where I came from, right? The orchid extract that Cornelius was able to okay. Yeah, I don't know where to go from here, to be honest. I got the algae. Oh, this is so scary. This island is so big. Don't need to walk back. I don't know where to go from here. Like, I have 2 quests basically right now. One is find giant bloom and blue cap mushroom. I don't know where. And the other is find the Orchidae. I don't know where. Let me just save, and I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break and be right back. Oh, oh my god, I'm back. Oh, you can't hear that because you don't hear the game, but like, in the pause menu, the motherfucker is still breathing. Still exhausted. Oh, just because he's infected with the plague. Alright, so I have... No. You are the important specimen that I need. But, like, what do I do now? Because it feels kind of weird to just be randomly wandering at this point. Like, I know I need something else. I have no other map. This is just ruins, right? There's no more other tent. No. We got the algae, we got the ruins. I discovered this curious algae last evening as I returned to Vega from research at ruin site B. The property of brilliant bioluminescence during the day. It is impossible to discern these algae from the mossy tufts surrounding bog. Dr. Sanchez. I mean, I suppose I could just return to the no other notes. I guess we'll just return to Site Vega. But I don't know. That's the saving sound. What time is it? Okay, it's morning. I mean, here's the thing about this game, right? We could just get really fucking lost. It is not linear. We could just kind of go in a direction. Oh shit, I didn't mean to crest that hill. Oh no. Like that. I don't actually want to get lost. I'm already lost. I don't want to get more lost. How's the plague? It's, you know. I mean, if it's the kind of plague where you can still wander around an abandoned island all on your own and survive just off of water. Gotta be worse plagues, right? How is this daytime, though? Good lord. Real problem was with the weather. I feel like I'm gonna encounter the Blair Witch here. Right, I remember. I have some memory of this place, so that goes somewhere else. Where does that go? Where's that? That's fine. We don't need to go there. It's a potential shortcut, I suppose. To like the mushroom sector, if I remember. Yeah, this is the weird owl statue. There's something curious about knowing what my interactions are limited to. That I can't just expect the like it's just picking stuff up and interacting with a few known interactive thingies. There is no like switches to flip or puzzles to solve. It is so environment focused, and the environment is so crafted. A fascinating experience. I am probably going to look up a guide to streamline the process. Just because I don't think it's a very entertaining stream to just be wandering around. I do not know where to go right now. That's the other thing that bothers me. No interacting with the paintings, is there? Oh my god. Am I missing something? Research. Racial fungus. White, pink, viola. Eliante. Red toadstools, amanita. Leatris. Clarity tonic. Tropical buttercup. Bioluminescent algae. Should I research the bioluminescent algae? I can do that without destroying it, I'm pretty sure. Should have done that. Should have done that back at the camp. Also, the rain is just coming through the cabin. You know how it goes. Overlay would be, yeah, it's... No, it doesn't seem to follow. It looks like it exists in 3D space. Maybe the stream compression breaks that down a bit. It's just streaks coming down. And the thing is, the lighting of the game is very inconsistent. Certain things are dark, certain things are bright. We were doing science. Hold on. We were doing science. Look, this is one of the early Steam Greenlight games. It was made by two brothers in their bedroom or something. This algae performs a photo-emitting chemical reaction. I was able to isolate the active compounds of this process. Tests indicate these compounds can be synthesized into an antitoxin. However, I need to combine it with a chemical stabilizer. And what is a chemical stabilizer plant? Codex of plant medicines. Uh-oh. Basic medicinal plants. Anti-hallucination medicine. No, this is all handcrafted for sure. Just the two brothers. Basic stabilizer plant. Go serious. I also don't know to what extent some of these graphical glitches are simply because the game is rather old at this point. These are anti-hallucination. Basic medicine, mental stimulant. Extra strength. Basic medicine. Sunflower. Cannot be synthesized into anything useful. Well, apparently, that's wrong. Mental stimulant. Mental clarity. Basic medicine. Extra strength medicine. Don't have a chemical stabilizer plant. Z fighting textures being so prevalent in like the 2000s that I hardly even consider them a glitch. Yeah. Yeah, I'm more thinking about some of the lighting issues. But again, like the geometric detail here on these rocks. Not the rocks themselves, but just how they're laid out. And how it's very clever use of like what, like 5, 6, less than 10 actual rock variants. These were all placed by hand, I have to assume. And there's a lot of them. Like, none of them overlap. They're kind of clustered very naturally. You got some big ones in the middle. Very cool. But now where must we go? Are these things something? Is my mouse not working? Okay. Are you something? No. These are some solid textures also. For these leaves. So should I just go there? Just check out whatever is there? This is here. Why is there a path there? Oh, that's where I am? Oh, these are amanitas. I thought new red flower of some sort. But no. So I have like a vague idea for a video on this game that relates it in multiple ways to Red Dead Redemption and Death Stranding. But of course, I still need to play the game. Are you known? No. You are. I am thirsty, I know. Oh, you're known. Oh, that's interesting. Arthur Morgan with a terminal illness? I wasn't even thinking about that. That's great. RDR to Arthur Morgan. Sick. I was specifically, I wanted to focus on I love this about a really well designed open world, and I had it very specifically with Red Dead 2, where the exploration of the map had this effect of, and I've experienced this in real life as well, where an environment is new and mysterious and scary, and you're kind of like not sure what's going to happen in that environment, like what dangers lurk there, where it goes, etc. Oh shit. Speaking of dangers! There is a creature! Alright. Pissing off, it's pissing off. Yeah. Again, my only concern, I'm not scared of the creature. The creature looks stupid as hell. My only concern is I will lose progress if I die. But yeah, I had this experience where you're going through like uncharted territory, and it's this designed world. It's this place that exists, and it feels like it exists outside of your own existence. But then you return to those places and you start to chart them in your head. You make a map. And it's just fascinating experience, I think, as as a person, as someone who is also in some ways a creature. Well, there was that hut there, but I have no idea how to get there now. I don't know where I am. Let's just keep following here. This must lead to something. Civilization. Big statue up there. Hello, bunny. I wonder if we will find some lore on the creature. That would be cool, huh? Well, I'm not finding anything here. Because see, right now, I don't know where I'm going. It's unmapped, and this is how it is in Red Dead 2, I think. A lot of these, you have like a vague outline of the map, but the detail of the map is not revealed until you arrive at a place, and then you get a little bit of an understanding of the environment, but you really need to go pass through it a few times. The real magic to me in crafting convincing outdoor environments, trying to match an organic and chaotic design over centuries. I love locations and dreams that are mappable, like you wake up and like, I can go there, I know how to find it. But it's not real at all. How dare it not be real? What are you? White mushroom. Small Saliota mushroom. It has a tall, cream-colored cap that develops brown spores on its crown. Well, we found a place. I need please give me a thingy, an inspection thingy. Here we go. That was a bird that flew up into the roof. But yeah, that's something that I'm trying to I'm gonna try to explore in that video. But I'm already sensing it here now, especially now that I'm like veering away from the preset path. Basic medicine. Okay. Oh. Good for you. Oh, I could use basic medicine though, because I used a basic medicine. Let's have some shroom pills. Yes, yes. Grab it. Save. Okay, notes. I mapped the giant bloom and blue cap mushroom. Sick! Earlier at some point I heard you say racial mushroom. Blue-capped mushroom, giant bloom. Blue-capped mushrooms are... They're all the way back there. And the giant bloom is there. But are these not on my map? Yes. Okay, cool. So I am... I don't know where I am. I think this is... the little owl thing. I may be able to map where I am. Is there anything else? Bernadette Bunsen. I am on the coast right now. Just in case you couldn't tell. Let's fill up our water. Potency enhancers. We have encountered several plants on the island that function as potency enhancers. These can be combined with medicinal plants during synthesis to produce an extra strength medicine. Buttercup, purple prairie flower, violet cactus, indigo, aster, ace. Ace. Oh, more notes. Sweet. The Daily Chancellor Callas granted supreme military authority. Amid popular disapproval of the new Republican leadership, General Abrams pledged his army support to Chancellor Chanaklor Callas and his nationalists. Caption on the book of the photo reads, "Nationalists rally in support of Chancellor Callas." He even has a cool... His logo is the creature. There's lore. There is lore. Okay. Well, oh, let's see if we can map where we are. Oh! That is this one, isn't it? This is known. Sweet. Is there something else that's known? There's palm trees over there. That's interesting. But if that is known... Well, okay, that is known, but like, I'm over here. Nothing else is known. Yeah. So fat chance with that. Okay, well, I think this is a great place to pause for now. Because I somehow completely lucked into at least moving on to like a side quest of getting one of the whatever enhancers that'll increase my stats. Not that I feel like it's necessary, but I might as well, right? I'm here right now. I need to go back down to where I was before. And grab a thingy here. And then it turns out one of the other things is here. The hormone therapy, exactly. Interesting. Whatever it was called. No, not research then. Notes. Wait, it's in my status. Endurance emphasis drug. Which increases endurance. Yeah. Bioalgae lab. Oh, right. That's what I did. But I find it interesting that by wandering... See, this is the fascinating thing. I wander into the unknown and I discover things. You know what I mean? And like, there's a... I'll just save here. Hold on. I'll just save and we'll quit the game and then I'll talk a little bit about it and maybe write down some notes. Light. Bring back Winamp. Go to full camp scene. Wandering brings results. Something about charting the uncharted. There's a feeling. I had this. I'm gonna tell this story in the video, but you're getting a preview now. The little alleyway where I live now, right now, where I'm sitting, it connects two streets. That's what an alleyway does, right? At the end of one street is where Mrs. Bob's student house was. She didn't have to move very far when we moved to this house. It was very convenient for her. But this little alleyway was completely unknown to us when we still lived there. And one time we had to cross it to find a laundromat that was in the other street. And that small little tiny little street to another street was completely unknown to us. And scary, and like, I have no idea where this street leads. I don't recognize any of this. And now, of course, I've lived here for a very long time. I know all these streets. All of it has been mapped in my head. I could walk them in my dreams. And that process, that psychological process, I find fascinating. I could maybe do some research into the actual psychological process. Of mapping things mentally. You know, the mental geography. Like, there's this thing, Poopin was mentioning dreams, right? Locations and dreams. One thing I find fascinating that happens sometimes in dreams is that there is every now and then you have like architecture that recurs. I have buildings that I constructed in my dreams, or that my brain constructed at some point in a dream. That building only exists in that dream. Right? It's not a copy of a real building or an interpretation of something that actually exists. It's a building that exists only in the dream. And then a couple of times, sometimes even years later, the brain is like, oh, let's bring that one back. That thing that I created in the dream, let's bring it back. And it's kind of freaky, you know, because that brings to mind these ideas of well, maybe the dreamscape is some kind of other reality that exists and has a little bit more permanence than just your brain hallucinating while it's sorting through all of its thoughts of the day and whatnot. Okay, so Fluff, I think, mentioned the Arthur Morgan being sick. That won't be the angle of the video, but that might be worth mentioning. The Wandering brings results. Charting the uncharted. Making the in-game map, but also the mental map being rewarded for exploration. There's something about crafted worlds existing outside of you, yet also being designed to lead you somewhere. There's in Red Dead in particular, I had this experience where I was like exploring when like the story generally in Red Dead keeps you around certain cities, right? And your group kind of moves from place to place, and then the storyline kind of forces you to cross certain parts of the map, but not everywhere. There are whole huge parts of the map in Red Dead 2 that aren't part of the story at all, that exist just for you to explore and not even do side quests, but just to go hunting in or just walk around it and experience what it's like. So you have this tension. You have this tension of like areas that exist to be explored in the context of wherever the narrative is, and areas that exist to be explored outside of the narrative entirely. You have like at the end of the story, the entire map from Red Dead 1 opens up, and some more story happens there, but only in a small part of it. There's a whole other part of it that's huge and wide open that basically there's like 5 small quests in it, and that's it. That are important to the narrative, and others that are entirely unrelated, but you don't necessarily know what. Okay. Well, everybody, that was the return of the bobstream. this is bobstream phase 4, and bobstream phase 4 looks like this. It's not that much different. It's a little different, but there's some fundamental ways in which it is very different. Scheduled streams are Tuesdays around now. But I will also occasionally, including maybe tomorrow if I feel up to it, do daytime streams, usually in the mornings, because I work in the afternoons. Usually in the mornings, where I'll be working on the Aruba game. I've so many more notes. This is like the big paper notebook. Sometimes you need pen to paper to really get ideas down, and there's so much stuff still that is being there's potential logos and thoughts and devices and all kinds of interface stuff that's being done. I'm trying to kind of properly project manage it a little bit, because it's starting to get properly unwieldy. It's starting to become a real big complicated project where I need certain visual systems or whatever to keep track of everything that's going on, but it's still like in the pre prototype phase, and I'm still like currently the two big things I'm doing is working on making a more detailed map in a vector format in Inkscape, so that when I start sculpting the terrain, I have something properly scaled down and whatnot to base that off of. And the other thing is the character controller. Is I basically what I have right now, I kind of want to rebuild that from scratch, and I want to learn some Godot stuff. So that's kind of what July will be about. It'll be a long time before it's like anything presentable, but I want to at least spend 1 day a week really working on it, and it seems like a fun thing to do too while doing it while streaming. So the point of bobstream phase 4 also is to have made the setup that I made, basically how I have everything arranged in OBS and whatnot, and make that all a lot more flexible, so that I can just start a stream whenever I want. But thank you for hanging out for this the first stream of the new era. The streams no longer get counted because I made it. There's one new points redeem, which is just the Winamp skin. Oh, sorry, that's the Winamp skin. Appreciate you hanging out with me. If you're around tomorrow morning, you may see me going live. I don't know what that looks like yet, because this tonight's stream is still like the regular structure. I'm playing a game and whatever. Pretty good. Thank you, everybody. And remember that today is the day that I love you, that you should love yourself. And I'm now gonna hit the button. Bye.